How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Big Daddy Dave scrambling like no other. How is everybody doing tonight? I hope everybody's having a fantastic day so far. And this is post episode 21 and my birthday live stream. I'm so excited to be here. This has been such a fantastic day. Now, because I've been scrambling, I am still trying to get a few things set up here. Let's see. Bear with me just one moment. We'll just kind of take a few minutes to kind of decompress, relax. Now that the server hopefully is stable, we'll get going in just a few seconds. So I'm just, like I said, just getting everything all kind of set up to where I can see everything and kind of go from here. So, Dust Bunny, Jody, how are you two doing tonight? Hope you two are having a fantastic day so far. And if there's anybody else out there on the chat, go ahead and give yourself a big old shout out. Let me know that you're out there, and let me know that you're joining me for my birthday stream here tonight. Let's see. Okay, got that. Got that. And I think... Okay, I think we got it here. Okay. Let's see. Jody says, have a good beer and you play some games. Yes, that's it was a great day so far. An amazing day. I will elaborate here very, very shortly. Dust Bunny says, last time we chatted, you weren't sure if you were going to do today. You were able to figure out something fun, so your wife didn't have to worry. Yes, we eventually did something. And then Hillbilly Farmer, happy birthday, Big Daddy Dave. Thank you, Hillbilly Farmer. I greatly appreciate it, and thanks for streaming it on your birthday. Oh, no problem whatsoever. I am glad to do it. Let's see. Okay. Yes. Got everything. It looks like it's in the green. Okay. Yep. Okay. Let's minimize that and let's bring this up. Gonna wait, I think, one more minute to see if anybody else joins us, and then we're gonna take right off because we got a lot of things to do tonight. Gotta hydrate early and keep up strong. Let's see. Jody says, hi, Hillby. Wow. Tongue-tied already. Words are hard. Says, hi, Hillbilly Farmer. Did you have a real good birthday? I had a fantastic birthday. And you know what? We'll go ahead and start rolling right into it because, I am excited. It was a great day. So, decided to take the day off today. Went ahead and just kind of hung out with the family, which, it's just, that by itself was just amazing. Been able to spend time with my wife and my daughter. It was just, chef's kiss. Love it. Let's see. Before we get going too deep, we've got to start some work. We got lots of stuff to do. So we got a couple of silage and silage and hay contracts. So let's boop, boop, boop. Oh no! I skipped it. That's a wheat. You know what? And I didn't borrow the equipment for that. Oh well. All right, that's fine. So 105 and 106, which is where? 105, 106. Okay, there we go. And let's get the equipment. Let's go. Let's see. Hillbilly Farmer says, hi, Jody. Jody says, did your wife get you something for your birthday? She absolutely did. Spending time with the family is the best thing to do. Every moment in life counts. Yes, 100%. So, as I mentioned, I was really struggling this year to kind of decide what I wanted to do and, figure out, just anything. To make any kind of decision whatsoever was just next level kind of difficult. And it was driving my wife absolutely nuts, and I personally don't blame her. It was driving me nuts, and I wasn't the one kind of like, how do I want to say it? I wasn't the one who was like trying to make all the plans and trying to figure things out and doing all of that stuff. So I kind of feel bad that, I put her through, so much, stress and all that stuff. But we finally decided, because what we were going to do is in the middle of last week, or I think it was not last weekend, it was the weekend before that, we were all going to go to the zoo. And something ended up happening. Oh, that's what it was. I started getting sick. That's what it was. So it was last weekend. We were going to go to the zoo. And I was starting to get sick, and I was getting these little mini spikes and fevers and whatnot. And it would last maybe 5-10 minutes, the fevers. Like, it would just hit me like really, really quick and then be gone. And I just felt just achy and kind of nasty. Like, it was really kind of a weird kind of sickness. And it lasted like 2 days. And it wasn't that it felt all that terrible. It was just, kind of more aches and pains than anything. It was just kind of here and gone again. Not a big deal. Thankfully none of the rest of my family got it, and they were all fine and happy. But so we decided we were going to go to the zoo, but that got canceled because I wasn't feeling good. So I'm like, well, we were talking about going to the zoo, so why don't we go to the zoo this morning? And she's like, you know what, that'd be fantastic. We'd be able to take our daughter and just kind of walk around and just enjoy, some time, out and about. And that's what we did. We went to the zoo this morning. We spent a few hours there and just got to see all the animals. And yeah, it was just a blast, and just getting to spend some time with my daughter and my wife, and be able to watch her face, because she just lights up when she sees certain animals. It's actually really funny, because she'll sit there and she's almost 2. She'll be 2 in February, and like, perfect example, the giraffe. I think it's because it's so large that it's not something that she can easily miss, and it was actually really close to the fence. So when we walked up, there's the giraffe, and it's huge. It's moving around, keeping her attention really good. And all of a sudden, she just like lets out this big old squeak. That she's been doing a lot more here lately. But she lets this big squeak out, and the giraffe like actually reacted to it, and it was actually I kind of felt bad for a second there, but it's like, it's not like I can do much about it. Other than to tell her, hey, no, don't squeak, you're gonna scare it. But she's 2, she's not gonna know any better. So it was just a really good day, really fun, being able to spend all that time with the family. And then we ended up coming home. It was probably around 12ish or so, is when we actually came in the door. We ended up just relaxing for a little bit, put my daughter down to take a nap, because, she had pretty much wanted to walk everywhere she was at today. And then this evening we ended up going out to dinner. We went to a nice little hibachi restaurant that we really like. And yeah, we just enjoyed it. Had some family come out, my father and one of my brother-in-laws came out, and we all just had a fun time, relaxed, and enjoyed. It was a great day, and just been able to just relax and just enjoy it. Turning 40 years old, which in and of itself is kind of, I don't know, to me right now it just kind of feels like just another day. Like, I didn't know if I was going to feel like any particular kind of way about it. But, yeah, no, just another day. Like I said, it's weird not feeling too much any way about it. Let's see. Dust Bunny says, Mr. Jody, do you know what you're having? Question mark. Hillbilly Farmer says, it's good to hear, Jody. Wait, did I miss something? Did I spend... no, I did miss something. Jody says, my wife went to the doctor today and everything's still doing really good with the baby. Oh, fantastic, Jody. I'm glad to hear that. Let's see. Dustmate says, nope. A baby girl found out today. Jody, that's fantastic, bud. Congratulations. Oh, that's amazing. I can tell you right now from personal experience, it's just a child. Full sentence stop is a game changer. but a daughter is it's pretty wild. Like so to kind of give you a little insider, inside the life and mindset of Dave. Um, for the longest time, I always joke, oh, I'm gonna have a boy, and it's boys, 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 and it always drove my wife nuts because she's always like, oh, we could always have a girl, and it's like, nope, 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 not gonna have a girl. It's gonna be a boy, and just kind of just having fun with it, kind of thing. And is it one of those that most likely I just kind of jinxed it out of existence? Because yeah, needless to say, we had our daughter, and oh my goodness, I couldn't imagine it any different. And it might be one of those that because we had to fight and struggle so hard to bring her into the world, that I'm just thankful and grateful we got even anything. Because that was also certainly in the cards. Was never having a child, period, or at least a biological child. Um, yeah, no, it just the moment that you see them, and the moment you get to lay eyes on her, it's just a complete game changer. Just a like your whole world just shifts, and for the better. I mean, for the absolute better. It's gonna be a wild ride, Jody, and buckle up. There's gonna be ups, there's gonna be downs, but you know what? When you look at that smiling little face, like I said, my daughter is 2 years old right now, and she's starting to get to that age where she's really starting to get that personality going, and oh, it's an absolute riot. It is so much fun. So really, really enjoy it. And like I said, congratulations to you and your wife. I'm very, very happy for the two of you. That's awesome. Let's keep it up, keep it going strong, and we'll definitely keep you in our thoughts. Let's see. Oh wow, I am way behind on the chat. Let me stop here real quick and just kind of figure out what everyone's saying so far. Do. You know what you're having. That's good to hear. Baby girl. Okay. Dust Bunny says, congratulations. Do you have a name picked out? Hillbilly Farmer says, congratulations, Joey said. I'm gonna name it Emily. Oh, that's a beautiful name. That's what my wife's name. Yeah, that's a pretty name. Very nice. Good, strong name. Very pretty name. Good choice. My wife says, hey, everyone in the chat. And hey, Jody's wife, how's it going? Hope you're having a great day, too. I could only imagine that you're having a fantastic day after news like that. Hello, Mrs. Jody Beard. Glad the doctor's appointment went well. Hillbilly Farmer says, say hi to your wife for me, Jody. Joshua says, just discovered your channel. Absolutely loving the content. Keep it up. Hey, Joshua, I greatly appreciate you coming over and checking out the channel, checking out the live stream here. And yeah, we're rocking strong for a birthday live stream. I am so ecstatic to be here tonight. It is, can y'all tell I'm pumped. I'm so pumped right now. It's been a great day. John says, hi, Dust Bunny. John, how's it going? How you doing tonight? Dust Bunny says, welcome back. Welcome in, Mr. Joshua. We're happy to have you here. It's a great place to hang out and chat. 100% agree with that. Jody says, I appreciate all the love and the awesome community. 100%. Good evening, Mr. John. How are you, sir? John says, I'm doing well, and Saturday is my birthday. Hey, another Scorpio. Nice. Love it, John. Love it. Let's see. Happy early birthday to you. Yes, happy early birthday to you, John. Let's see. Dust Bunny says, well, sir, I hope Saturday is everything you want it to be. 100%. I 100% agree with that. Hope you have a happy birthday, John. And Jody says, my wife threw the really excited about having a girl. Yes. Oh. Now, I'll tell you something that was actually really funny. So, when because we did IVF, we knew we were going to have a girl very early on because we did the the screenings for all the what is it called, the like genetic markers, and to make sure that there wasn't any like any known issues really early on, like to detect downs. What is it called? Like the DNA testing. That's the words. And yeah, to make sure there wasn't any, like, specific, underlying issues before implantation or anything like that. And one of the things is they tell you the sex of the baby, whether it's boy, whether it's girl. And after we had done that, we were able to, start planning everything around, everything around that. And it was funny because, the whole pregnancy, my wife's like, "Oh, we're having a girl, we're having a girl." She was just so excited and so happy about it. And I vividly remember our little baby shower. We had all the friends and family over, or at least all the friends and family that were still here in Florida around us. And we were just, having a big old, party out in the yard. And, how you do one of those gender reveals and all that stuff. And where we had these like poppers and like these balloons that popped out of this box. It was this whole elaborate kind of scheme that we ended up doing. And while we were, getting ready to surprise everyone with it, because everyone, obviously was split, and we had these little drawings and raffles for people, guess the sex of the baby, and you win a prize and all this stuff. It was like a little trinket kind of thing. Nothing too big of a deal. But so you obviously had some that were team boy and some were team girl and all this stuff. And we're getting ready to, do the reveal. And we finally, do the reveal, and we pop these little confetti cannons, and they shoot out pink confetti everywhere, and the box opens up, and pink balloons everywhere, and it sounded like the whole neighborhood just exploded. I mean, it was just everyone was screaming and freaking out and having just a good old time. Which just got my wife even more excited about it and all that stuff, because we have a really big family, specifically on my wife's side. I'm an only child, and she's got, like, what is it, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think it's 5 brothers and sisters. And yeah, when everything was said and done, it was just a complete, just everyone was freaking out, everybody was happy and having a good old time. Well, that just got my wife more excited as time went on. And then finally, came time to deliver. And all of a sudden, she's going through all this labor and all the stuff that you go through when you're doing it. And then the baby comes, and she comes out looking like my twin, like my doppelganger to the absolute T. And and after everything's said and done, everyone's sitting there just kind of sitting there, after the baby's here and delivered, and it's like, "Oh my God, she's beautiful, she's this and she's that," and so, "Oh, she looks just like you, Dave, and just like you, and da 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 da." And finally, my wife gets me alone, in the room and all that stuff, and everything's starting to calm down and relax, and she's, coming off the big kind of rush of adrenaline and all that, and she finally looks at me and she's like, "I just went through 20 hours of labor," or like however long. It was way longer. I think it was like 48 hours of labor, and did all this work, and I'm exhausted, and I'm this, and she comes out looking like you. Oh goodness. And it was just the way she said it, because she was obviously just exhausted from going through everything that she was going through, and all the people that were there, and wanting to come in and say hi and see the baby, and just all this stuff. And then she's like, and she comes out looking like you. So it was one of those, like, okay, I didn't get the boy, but getting her to look like me, it was yeah, that was a pretty good one right there. I was laughing pretty good about that one. Oh goodness. And to this day, everyone says, "Oh, she's a spitting image of you." And every time my wife just walks away and just rolls her eyes, because it is just one of those things that, nobody means any harm by it or anything. She's not actually upset about it or anything, like not legitimately upset. But it's just one of those things. It's like, I put in all that effort, all that work. And it's like, yeah. if I don't get the boy, at least get her to look like me. And I'm hung up on this thing. Come on. There we go. Now we're talking. Oh goodness. But yeah, no, it's a blast. It's an absolute ball. Let's see. What do we got going on here in the chat? We've got let's see. Playing on Alma, Missouri tonight. Nice. Let's see. Graduation 0960. Okay. And Saskatchewan says hi. Hi, Saskatchewan. How you doing tonight? Oh my goodness. So yeah, it has just been a absolute fantastic day. So like I said, we went out to the zoo this morning. We hung out there for a few hours. Went out to dinner tonight, and we don't normally go out to dinner. It's a very, very rare thing that we go to dinner and do anything like that. So, when we went out tonight, it was just one of those. We decided to kind of go all out. Like I said, it's my 40th birthday, so we decided, oh well, we'll go to some hibachi place, and it's one that we really like and we haven't been to in a long, long time. So after we did that, we went to I'm sorry, after we went to the hibachi place and we made that decision, we decided that we were gonna, get all of our favorites. So when we were there, I was like, oh man, I think I'm gonna get. They call it the trio, and they'll sit there and they'll do the chicken, steak, and shrimp. Chicken, steak, and shrimp, and at any hibachi joint, or I would at least assume at any hibachi joint, they'll sit there and the chef will throw the knives and toss the eggs and make the jokes and all that stuff, and it's just a good old time, and and it's funny because my daughter, again, she's 2. One of the things that they'll do at the hibachi, for anybody who's never been, which if you haven't, highly recommend. It's tons and tons of fun. One of the things they'll do is they'll set the whole cooktop on fire, and they'll just kind of make a big show out of it, kind of thing. Well, when they lit the whole cooktop on fire, my daughter, her eyes just grew like saucers. She had no idea what was going on. She didn't freak out. She didn't get upset and cry or anything like that, but it was obvious, like she's like, whoa, and it's all that heat and kind of everything's kind of rushing at her, kind of thing. But the look on her face was just absolutely priceless. I was just one of those things that every single time you get to look at your kid and you get to live that sense of amazement and get to kind of explore the world through their eyes, because everything's new to them. Everything, like, they have no idea what's going on with anything in the world. They always look at you to make sure that what kind of reaction you have. And one thing I would tell any new parent is to try very, very hard and start early to train your emotions. And what I mean by that is, like today, perfect example. My daughter, when we got home from the zoo, she was running around and she slipped and fell, and she, not like smacked the back of her head or anything, but the way she fell, she kind of rolled and bumped the back of her head. And it was one of those that she looked at mommy and daddy to see if mommy and daddy had a reaction. And it was one of those, like, me, I didn't necessarily react. But my wife, she threw her hands up and she let out kind of this little kind of reaction. And when that happened, that's when the tears came. It wasn't that she was crying because she was hurt. It was that she was crying because one of us reacted. And it's just one of the, it's really kind of funny how they do that, and how she did that in particular. And there's been times where I've seen her and she's done this where she's hurt herself way worse than what she did today. But because she didn't get that reaction, because we didn't sit there and like and make a deal about it, she didn't care. She just didn't get the reaction, so she's like, "Oh, I'm okay. Let's move on." So, like I said, that's one of the best things that I can tell somebody who's new to parenting is try really hard when something like that happens. Don't react right away. Let them react first, because oftentimes they're just going to feed off of what you're doing or what kind of reaction you have, kind of thing. And I think it's really funny how that works out. All right, let's drop all this. Oops. All right, let's catch up with the chat, see what everyone's saying here. Let's see. Saskatchewan says, just hit 134 subs. Nice. Congratulations. Keep on trucking, bud. Also says, it's one her. I'm in the north in Saskatchewan. Yes, yes. Canadian Football League playoffs and watching, what is that? Corp Grey Cup 110 final week Sunday at 5 p.m. Nice. Nice. Well, have fun with that, man. Is your team like in the finals, or I don't follow that particular league or that particular sport in general, so not sure what's going on there. Hopefully your team's doing good and they're pressing on. Let's see. So we're just gonna do what we typically do, especially with this big field here, is we're just gonna mow the most outer periphery here, and then we're just gonna let the worker kind of take over, because man, we were going pretty strong on that chat there, so I want to make sure I keep up on things. Oh, but so we started talking about presents. So yeah, so got a really lovely couple of gifts from my wife. So there's a tradition in my household, and what we end up doing whenever it comes to gifts is we always do cards. Just some kind of like either Hallmark or just some kind of card. But it doesn't. The message that's inside of it, like written in the card, is not what's important about the card. What's important are the handwritten messages that we send to each other, and it's always, something along the line, something really loving and sweet to each other, depending on the occasion. In this case, it was my birthday, so my wife wrote me a very lovely message. It's just one of the kind of heartfelt parts. So that's something that her and I always look forward to, is getting those cards and seeing what each other's wrote to each other for it. And she also gave me a card for my daughter, and she ended up letting my daughter take a pen and just kind of scribble on it, kind of thing. It's the daddy love letter kind of thing. Love you, daddy, but it's all in scribbles, kind of thing. So that was a real kick. I really enjoyed seeing that. But then when it came to gifts, she ended up getting me they're called Giggles. Our local Walmart sells these. They're basically Skittle knockoffs, but they're not knockoffs. They're like their own brand, but they're basically Skittles, but they're not made with like high fructose corn syrup. They're made from actual sugar cane, and they're absolutely delicious, like next level stuff. But they basically have like a version of Skittles called Giggles, and then they got a version of Starburst. I forget what they call them, but and then what else? Oh, and she got me this really cool. It's a like leather carrying case, like a travel case, with it embroidered with my name on it. So it's one of those we're getting ready to go on vacation here in the next couple of weeks. We're going to be leaving 2 days after Thanksgiving, so I think it's the Saturday after Thanksgiving. So, quick announcement. I'm pretty sure I've said this on the channel before, but from the I think it's the 26th, so 2 days, specifically 2 days after Thanksgiving, to the following Sunday. So it's going to be Saturday to Sunday. We're actually going to be out of town and on vacation, so there's going to be little activity on the channel from that point going forward until after we get back. So one of those, I'll do what I can to kind of have some stuff kind of preloaded onto the channel and be able to release prior to leaving, but all depending on what kind of availability I have between now and then, obviously. But I will certainly do my best to be able to make sure that there's something going forward. But if anybody leaves me any messages while I'm out or anything like that, any kind of comments on things, if I don't respond right away, that's going to be obviously why. It's going to be one of those, we're actually going out into the middle of nowhere kind of thing. So internet and all that stuff is going to be very, very sparse. So if I don't write back right away, that'll be the reason why. So going on kind of a nice little disconnect, and really looking forward to it. I'm a big country boy kind of thing. I grew up out in the middle of nowhere, and it's one of those, I love being able to just kind of unplug from the world and really just kind of slow down and not let the weight of the world kind of be there. So I'm really looking forward to it, and we're gonna connect with some family and whatnot out of state. So it's one of those, really kind of looking forward to just kind of kicking back and hanging out with everyone kind of thing. But specifically hanging out with everyone without having ready access to like the internet and all that stuff. And it's funny because the family we're going to be meeting up with has a couple of younger kids, teenagers, and it's going to be one of those that I fully expect there to be a lot of whinging and whining, because there's not going to be a lot of internet and stuff like that. So it's going to be interesting kind of thing. I'm bored. That's what I expect to hear a lot going forward on the trip. But it's one of those that that's okay, because we're planning on doing like a lot of hiking and nature trails and all that stuff. So at the end of the day, it's going to be right up my alley, and I'm really looking forward to it. So we'll see how all that goes. Let's see. So I think, let's see if I remember right. Oh yeah, I've got the map open. Why am I even guessing? Oh goodness, like I said, I'm just in such a great mood right now. It's been just a fantastic day. Like I said, I wasn't quite sure about how I was going to react turning 40. It was one of those, I was wondering, oh well, is it gonna, am I gonna feel this way about it? Am I gonna, be sad or anything like that? And it's almost like it's just another day. Just one of those, like, meh. Not really that not really anything feels different. I certainly don't feel 40. So one of those that just gonna keep on keeping on and having a good time doing it. Let's see. So Saskatchewan says, no, my team is out. They were 4 in the West. Okay, and we have 9 teams in the West and East. Okay. So that's a bummer, but at least you can sit there and still enjoy the sport, and hopefully you've got like a number 2 or somebody else that you can root for in the meantime. Even if you can't root for your team, hopefully you can pick somebody else out, and that, or it's one of those, I know I've got a couple of buddies who do this, and they'll know, if they ever listen to this stream, they'll know exactly who they are and what I'm talking about. But it's one of those that they have their team, and then they have a team that they specifically will focus on who's in the playoffs to kind of root against, kind of thing. So they'll just take on any other team that isn't that isn't the team that they like, kind of thing, and they'll just root against them. So it's not even the team that they like, kind of thing, but it's like the anti their team, so they're just rooting up for everybody else, kind of thing. And it's just funny to see because they'll take on this whole freaking rah rah attitude and just be like, oh, go, they'll one day they'll be rooting for a Canadian team like the Calgary Flames. The next day they'll be rooting for like the Boston Bruins. The next time they'll be rooting for the Seattle Kraken or whatever. It's just like it's funny to watch because they'll just take on any other team besides the one team that they decided that they're going to hate this go around. And it's just funny. It is so funny. And like I said, they'll know exactly who they are if they listen to this. And it's a wonder to see. Let's see. We've got Robert King. Hey, says happy birthday, Robert. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Joshua says, what is your absolute favorite map you've played on FS22? I'm considering getting FS on my PC as console has really limited options for maps and mods. So I will agree with that. I will 100% agree that there is a lot of limitations, and PC there's so many more, so much more dynamic to the game. That really kind of gets left out on console. So because I only play on console, I can only tell you what my absolute favorites are in regards to what it is I play. So recently I made a kind of top 10 favorites map that you can see on my channel, but I'll go ahead and kind of give you the highlights here. So number one absolute favorite is Frontier, the map Frontier. I absolutely yes, I think it was Frontier. Now I'm gonna question myself whether or not that was it or not. Let's see, hold on, let's see. Top, yes, top 10, there we go. Okay, yes, so Frontier was my top 10 number one absolute favorite map. I love Frontier, and the reason I love it so much is because there's just so many details, so many kind of so many things that you can do besides just farming. And on top of it, it's got that kind of even though this is a farming simulator game, and that's the whole crux behind it, there's this next level thing with the whole post-apocalyptic kind of feel to the map, that even though this is a farming simulator game, it still doesn't necessarily break that kind of mentality of being able to farm. You're just kind of warped into another time and place kind of thing. To whereas like another map that I've compared it to is Close to Home, which is the kind of the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids map. And don't get me wrong, I think that is one of the most creative maps that we have on Farming Simulator 22, the Close to Home. I don't like it as much as Frontier because it's kind of, you have to bend and break reality to make it kind of applicable for Farming Simulator, to whereas Frontier, you really don't necessarily have to break reality as much as you have to imagine a world in which things went horribly wrong kind of thing. So it's one of those, like, it's not reality as we see it right now, but it could be reality if things kind of go awry kind of thing. It's not outside the realm of possibility to where being shrunk down to the size of an ant kind of thing as of right now is not possible, not within the realm of actual physics kind of thing. very, very still in the realm of sci-fi kind of thing. Let me go ahead and kind of do this. Let's follow this around. There we go. Ooh. Probably help if I did the whole loop, huh? There we go. And then my second favorite map is Alma, Missouri. So Frontier was made by Zero Ito, and Alma, Missouri was put out by, was it Celebuki? Pretty sure it's Celebuki. And the reason that one, and it was a struggle. It was an absolute struggle to put them in that order. So I absolutely adore Alma, Missouri, and the reason I love it so much is because of how it just feels so real. Like, I went around that map the very first time I went around that map to do the tour and kind of get all the notes and information on it. I'm sitting there just in awe and just kind of awestruck with how, I've been here before. I've been through this town, even though I've never been through Alma, Missouri before. But it was just one of those, it just felt so real, and it felt like such a, iconic, small town America that, yeah, it really felt legit. It was just, and that's just how it really captured me, and the kind of feeling that I get when I drove on it the first time. That was just how I felt. Was just this, like, wow, like, I've been there, I know this place, and even though I've never been there, I felt that kind of small town feel, that it's not one of those, like, oh, I've been there, I've been, like, you know what, no. It's not one of those I've been there, because I've never been to Alma, Missouri, but it's one of those I've been to a small town that feels that same exact way kind of thing. That's what kind of captured me with that map. Ooh, I don't have control. Why don't I? There we go. We're just sliding everywhere. Alright, so where was I? And then I know this wasn't, hey, what was your top three? But I'm going to go ahead and say my top three just because. Let me shrink the window down. So the number three of my favorites was Bally Springs. And the reason that I love Bally Springs so much, so again, Frontier, Alma, Missouri, and Bally Springs. And Bally Springs, the reason I love that is the first map that we've got on consoles, and just, I think in general, I don't know if it was consoles, or I'm sorry, on PCs, but the reason that I loved Bally Springs is because it was the first one that gave us animals that were not just standard stock animals. It gave us ducks, it gave us goats, it gave us bulls, and that was the other thing, is the dynamic of the babies versus the adults, versus the kind of middle-aged animals. So, using cows as an example, I very often use cows because they tend to be the most dynamic of the animals for some reason. I don't know why, but for cows on Alma, you can have little babies, little calves, and they're actual little ones. And you can then have heifers, the like kind of middle-aged cows, and then the adults, the actual, like, full-blown milking cows, and you have different sexed animals as well. So you have males and females kind of thing. So that was awesome. So you had, full-blown adult milking cows, and then you had bulls, and each one of them, they were different sizes, different shapes, like the whole 9 yards. And it was just that added layer of realism. And anybody who knows me, anybody who follows the channel and like sees my map tours and all that stuff, knows that if you have details are the absolute key to me. And that one there, the details of males and females and babies, middle-aged, and adults, like that was just next level kind of stuff. And then the added benefit of ducks and goats and all these rams. What else was on there? Oh, the pigs. So there was the little piglets, and then there was oops. There was the piglets, and then the middle age. I forget what they were called. Were they the anyways, not important. And they all ranged in sizes and shapes and all that. So again, it was just really, really cool. And it was just a really lovely map. So just those little features. So like I said, Frontier is a really cool map, specifically because of, again, Zero Ito. If you're familiar with Zero Oito, their maps are always so detailed, and there's so much going on, and they're very high megabytes to download, and they're always, well, not really always high in slot counts, but I mean, they're pretty good size in slot counts, and it's because of all the things that are just added to the map. And like I said, that kind of post-apocalyptic kind of world, where you're kind of built behind the wall and you're doing all your farming like behind the wall, and this, like it just leaves it open to so many like kind of let's play possibilities. Now, the one thing I will say is the very huge negative is, and this is only if you're a YouTuber or some kind of streamer like myself, there's music that plays in the background in some of the shops and in locations throughout the map, so it makes playing on it on camera, quote unquote, impossible. I personally won't do it and won't take the risk, kind of thing. I know there's other YouTubers like Mr. Sealy P who have done it, and have gotten away with kind of talking over it, or there's other people who will just cut out the music, and it's one of those that it's just so much of an additional complicating factor that I'm not gonna take the risk. I'm not gonna, because this channel is so small, that if I were to get a strike because of copyright reasons or something like that, it could completely cripple the entire channel, kind of thing. So not worth the risk. It's not worth the risk versus rewards, just not worth it to me. So one of those, I know there's been so many suggestions, oh well, you should do this and should do that, and it's one of those I keep coming back to. If for some reason I screw up, especially during a live stream, that's when it could be really dangerous. So like I said, YouTuber problems kind of thing. Porkers, that's, yes, sorry, I just read it through the chat real quick, but yeah, at the end of the day, that would be my number 1, 2, and 3. So yeah, give them a check out there, Joshua. You might like them, you might not. I mean, it's one of those that not everybody agrees with my 1, 2s, and 3s, or my top 10s or anything, or agrees with me in general. And that's the great thing about this game is there's such a dynamic in the type and styles of maps that are out there that everybody can be happy with something that's out there. There we go. We got everything all mowed. Let's go ahead and start baling, because we gotta make we gotta make silage out of this. Oof. Didn't see that valley there. All right, so let's check out the chat and see what everyone's saying so far. Actually, I'm pull off the side of the road, and then I will do that because then I'll run onto a tree or something, as I typically do. Joshua says, Frontier sounds really cool. Thank you so much. I'll definitely be checking it out. Haha. Yeah, definitely check it out because it's a really fun map. Let's see. Dust Bunny says, middle pigs are called porkers. Yes. Words are yes, they are. Hey, Mark K, how's it going? Hey, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Keep it up. I absolutely will. Thank you so much for the $4.99. I appreciate it. Oh, my goodness. Like I said, this has been a great birthday. Just really enjoying hanging out with everyone so far. It has been one of those where started out strong. It's, kept up being strong, and now we're here at the end, and it's going to finish strong. Great birthday so far. Mark K says, here for you. I appreciate it, bud. I really do. Hopefully all the sedatives have worn off and you're able to not send encrypted messages. Oh my goodness. Sorry for everyone out there. That's a little insider joke. So don't be discouraged by if you don't understand what I'm talking about there. But no, like I said, it's just one of those. Oh, and holy smokes, another $20 for a happy birthday. Thank you, Mark K. I appreciate it very much. Holy cow. Wasn't expecting that. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate it. Let's see. Oh, see, I'm reading and driving at the same time. And again, if I were to drive in real life the same way that I drive in this game, I would be probably not existing about 50 times over. And if I was existing, it would be one of those probably behind bars in prison kind of thing, because I would have crashed into about 50 bajillion different things by now, and certainly wouldn't have a car left anymore because they would probably be the size of a cube. I like that joke. I don't know about everybody else, but I enjoy it. Mark. Oh my goodness. All right, now that I'm here, and behind the safety of my walls, let's catch up with the chat. Again, Mark, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Joshua says, sorry, I'm a bit behind, but just listening to how Bally Springs sounds makes me want to hop on now. Never knew the level of detail it included. Oh, absolutely. Bally Springs. Oh, I've got so many things going on here. Sorry. Let's see. There's so many windows. Oh, and I've got to put the stream on pause for just really quick. I'll be right back. All right, so sorry about that. Wife's getting ready to go to bed and needed to give her her good nights and all that. So let's see, get the chat back on the screen. There we go. So yes, Joshua was saying about Bally Springs. Oh, it is a absolute gorgeous map. Like I said, it's got so many different details on it, specifically around the animals. That was the biggest one, but the map itself is just extremely solid. So definitely highly recommend that one. Let's see. Dust Bunny says, Mr. D, have you seen the new Steiger with the We don't get to say that much anymore because of this Let's Play series doesn't have any of the wiggle bottoms and all that stuff. Oh, the TST 650 by Classic American Icons Modding. Belog 2003 in the mod hub. So I saw it in the mod hub. I think I saw it today. Immediately thought of you when I saw it. Yes, you know what? It's one of those, that green color just really throws me through for a loop, but I absolutely love it at the same time. Oh, I need to wash this. So yeah, it's one of those that I definitely downloaded it behind the scenes. I don't know if it's going to make an appearance in this series, but definitely going to be, you know, somewhere along the lines kind of thing. So it's definitely in the queue. Let's see. Dust Bunny says, Mr. Joshua, Bally Springs is a great map. There are 2 versions though, so make sure that you get the correct one on the platform you're playing. Yes, I completely forgot about that too. So yeah, definitely make sure that you're getting the right one. There's a PC only version and there's a cross-platform version. Let's see. So we're just going to clean this off real quick. Yeah, so very good point, Dust Bunny. Thank you for pointing that out as well. Yeah, like I said, Joshua, go ahead and give that one a check because it's solid. It is 100% up there. Let's see, drop that there. And can you all tell that I finally learned my lesson about not hooking up the rear deck mower first? I was hooking that one up first and then was having all sorts of issues trying to connect to the front deck mower because I would always disconnect that one first. And because of all the extra weight, the tractor in the front end would become light and wouldn't want to turn properly. So, not a good one. There we go. All right, so now we've got to go back to 105. And then, oh, you know what? I didn't, oh, no, that's, oh, you know what? Hold on, hold up. Wait a minute. Let's go and get the, let's get the harvester going. We can at least get that chugging away. And I've got the van, so I can just unload into the van, and it's right over here. That's the field that needs to be done, so no sense in me kind of sitting around and not letting it get to work. Oof, kind of turned that a little too early. Oh no, oh no, oh dear. Oh no. There we go. Okay. Again, thankfully I do not drive in real life the same way I drive in this game, because, ooh, that's just wow. Brutal. Brutal. Alright, so we're gonna get this worker going, at least get them started, and then we'll be able to unload in the van. I don't know why we didn't get this going, you know, sooner. It's one of those you got. Once you start working on something, it's very hard to like get out of that like mindset, that one track mind, to where all of a sudden you're like, oh, you know, I could be doing this as well. I could be doing all these 50 bajillion different things, and nope, you just don't think of it. Oh, 12 miles an hour with this with this harvester. It's so slow. Ah, that's okay. It's okay. We will get there. And disconnect. Connect to the header. Here we go. See, so I think I think I can get away with doing a whole headland. I might do 2 along the north side of the field because that's where all the trees and stuff are. But I think the rest of the field's going to be really easy to kind of not have to worry about. I don't know. That and this being the smallest harvester, it's not like I need a ton of room. Okay, see there's all these trees on this northern end of the field, so if I get at least 2... yeah, oh, there is a little bit of buffer up here too. Really might be able to get away with just 1. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll get all the way around this headland and then we'll set the worker off once we complete the whole round. And just kind of go from there. Let's see. Let's go ahead and... gotta stay hydrated. Gotta stay hydrated. Oh, goodness. There's so many times where I sit there and think of random people in the audience whenever something comes up, you know, like with the Steiger with Dust Bunny and with staying hydrated and whatnot. Again, that's Dust Bunny. There's so many times where, you know, there's such great people in the community and we've come up with so many cool little like catchphrases and quirks with the channel that yeah, it just every time something like that happens is just it just makes me smile, makes me giggle. Like I said, you know, if I take a drink out of the tumbler during a stream, I'll sit there and think of Dust Bunny immediately. So gotta stay hydrated, gotta stay hydrated. Alright, we're almost done with this and then we're gonna set the worker off and we'll get back to the other field. Let's see, Mark K says, staying hydrated is my whole day. Yes. Yes, gotta stay hydrated. Gotta... and I don't know why, but all of a sudden the movie Idiocracy just came rushing to my brain. And it's like, it's what they crave! Electrolytes. Again, I don't know why my brain does this to me sometimes. It just randomly throws in things. If anybody has ever seen that movie, Idiocracy, with, what is it, Luke Wilson? I think it's Luke Wilson. Oh, such a good movie. So funny. And it's also got Terry Crews and a few other people. I forget what his name is. The other guy who plays kind of the dopey sidekick. I can't remember his name. I logged agree at Costco. Yes, exactly. Such a funny movie. If you're looking for just a kind of turn your brain off kind of comedy, that one's it. That one's it. And just looking to have fun and have a good time. Oh, just so funny. And again, it's one of those kind of you know, what would happen in the future kind of thing, kind of like a Wall-E kind of movie where, you know, how could the world kind of, you know, project into the future kind of thing. Oh, and we are up to 80%, so let's go and grab this. That's the great thing about being on stream is don't have to be 100% as realistic as, well, and not that I'm being ultra realistic in the Let's Play series, but we can kind of let our hair down, as the saying goes, and just get things done and just be more about the enjoyment of, you know, hanging out with everyone. It's, yeah, love being able to do these streams and hanging out with everybody. And yeah, we're just gonna We're just gonna. Oh, hey, what are you? What? Wait, hey. What are you doing? The worker went rogue. Ay. He just hashtag FS22. When you know, kind of moments. There was there was a Facebook post. Again, for those who are you know regulars of the channel, you know that I've recently started a lot of different social medias. One of them is on Facebook, and occasionally I'll go on to the different forums for Farming Simulator. And there was one forum where they posted a picture of what is going on here? Why? But they ended up posting a picture, and it was a harvester that ended up like in the middle of like a mud bog. Like it was just in the middle of this like what looked to be just really nasty muddy pit, and it was just sunk all the way up to the cabin. It was just a complete and utter disaster. And somebody wrote in the comments, AI worker has completed their task, kind of thing. It was one of those. I just started laughing so hysterically hard, and anybody who would see it and have experienced all the kind of silly things that can happen in this game in particular will know exactly that feeling of looking at that picture and just breaking out in hysterics. Now we finally got that, hopefully got that all sorted out. Wasn't expecting that to take as long as it did, but here we go. Let's make some bales. Oh, man. Again, now that we actually are attached to the baler, you can see up in the top left-hand corner there, you got the 162 and the 438. Those are the number of bales that this baler has made, and the 162 is referencing the 162 bales that we've made at the mega field in the previous Let's Play. Whoa, hey, don't stop right in the middle of the street. So 162 bales is sitting over in the mega field, just over that direction. Yeah, that direction over there. Just absolutely floored with the number of bales that are over there. It is just, love it. And then 438 is the total amount of bales that this baler has made. And I tell you what, the one thing that I saw in the mod hub today, that as soon as I saw it, I knew it was going to be in the Let's Play. I knew it right from the start, and I'm gonna go ahead and just say it on the stream right here and now, because anybody who knows me and anybody who sees me, how I kind of set up my grass work, I got the windrower in the front, and should know that this was going to be in the works the moment that they saw it. I'll get up to the field up here, and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. I'm so excited that Black Sheep Modding put this out. I had been really looking for this one for the longest time, and finally, it's out. I had no idea that they were working on it. I'm subscribed to one of their forums, but unfortunately I've got so much stuff going on in my life and whatnot that I don't get as much time to kind of pay attention to the nitty-gritty details as I would like. So here, let's go pull off to the side, and this is what I was talking about. So under balers, scroll to the right. So these balers here, we're used to seeing these. These are the pack of balers with windrowers, and these are fantastic, but they're $185,000 plus dollars. It is ridiculous the amount of money it takes to get these things, but they're worth every penny, because it is so easy to bale. And they're all square balers, so you're not having to worry about bales rolling off in the middle of, middle of nowhere kind of thing. They got adjustable sizes on them. As you can see, it goes from 10.3 to 20 meters wide. It is just, again, lovely. Love this mod. A++. But right here, look at that. Look at these. Oh, look at that. It is it's a pack of balers. Again, does the same bale sizes that we're used to, the 180 to 240 square baler with the windrower already built in. It's got additional lights. You've got silage additive tank, so you can get a little bit of bonus, which is always really nice. You get that 5% increase. But this has a trailer hitch. So what's nice about that is this here. Where? There it is. The Quadro Bale Pro Baler 4. This thing hooks up to the back of the baler, and it stacks your bales 4 bales tall automatically. Like I said, if you've been watching the series, you know that I was basically doing this just as an additional step kind of thing. This is going to be making an appearance very soon. As soon as I can afford it, this is coming in. I cannot wait, because this makes stacking so much easier, so much nicer, and you don't get the bales all like spread out in the field. You get to just make nice little neat stacks, and it's just so nice to be able to do that. Like, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about when it comes to this field here. And I missed the other field for some reason. I drove right past it. I was more busy talking than I was remembering that I had two fields to work on. Oh my goodness. There we go. And here we go. And we are making bales. Love it, love it, love it. Let's see. Let's check out this really quick. Whoops. Got so many screens open, so many things going on right now. It is ridiculous the amount of stuff that's happening right now. Oh, I need to get this. Oh, now see, that's exactly what I'm talking about. That bale just got plopped right in the middle of everything, right where I wanted to kind of turn around. But now I can't because it's right in the way. Which, I mean, it's not a huge deal. It is not the not the end of the world kind of thing. It's just, small little problem. But it's one of those, just it's a minor annoyance having all these bales just kind of, trail along and pop up behind you, especially, if you need to kind of work your way around them. It's just meh. But having that bale stacker is just next level awesome, because then you get 4 bales and then you drop all 4 bales. You don't have 100 plus bales just sitting behind you all throughout the field, and then you're having to play dodge the bale. So that is very, very nice. So let's see, got to minimize that. Oops. I'm drifting. Did I miss anything? I was getting ready to read the read the chat, and I'm drifting off. Let's see. So Saskatchewan says, does the X9 EU and the US version, does it have the same size tracks, just like the in-game X9 on FS22? Honestly, I don't know about that. To be perfectly honest, I don't know if they have the same size tracks or not. I would imagine, being the same machine, just different, different sale origins is my best guess. And Saskatchewan says, "Happy birthday, BDD. Hopefully you're well." You know what? I am doing fantastic, and thank you for the birthday wish. Yeah, it has been a absolute fantastic birthday so far. So, so yeah, I was talking about the birthday gifts. So, yeah, so my wife got me that really nice leather travel case. So it's going to work out perfectly for the vacation that we have coming up. And then I ended up getting like a gift card. I was treated to dinner tonight. So yeah, it's been just a fantastic birthday so far. And I mean, technically, I just got Mark K dropped 20 for the super chat for the birthday wishes. So yeah, it's just been fantastic. I'm getting gifts left and right, so I greatly appreciate it. It's just and the birthday wishes. I mean, it's one of those, just getting the happy birthdays are fantastic. I love it, absolutely love it. Like I said, we've built us a really amazing community here, and just a lovely bunch of people that come here on, you know, not an everyday basis, obviously, because I don't stream every day, but every time I do stream, it's just we get such amazing people in here, just hanging out, enjoying the community, the chats that we have. Sometimes we talk about some pretty heavy topics every once in a while, but we still come back and have a great time, kind of thing. So I just absolutely adore being able to come on here and just like I keep saying, I'm not going to keep rehashing it, but just like I said, I just have so much fun being here. And then we're going to back up. There we go. Perfect. I'm going to hang out very much on the... Oh, grain tank full. Well, better go take care of that now, shan't we? There we go. Really? That's a thing? That's what you're working with here? Oh my goodness. Let's park that there. No. No. There we go. Let's see. Saskatchewan says, respect the stream, no spamming, like sub and comment. Okay. Let everybody enjoy, don't make fun anyone. Also okay. Yeah, I don't disagree. Oh my goodness. Oh, why did this happen? I'm sorry, am I missing a whole bunch of chats here and something's not right? Sorry, it was, for some reason it was set to top chats and not live chats. Oh goodness, I hope I haven't been missing everybody's chats here. Let's see. Alright, no, it looks like for the most part I'm caught up on everything. Let's everybody enjoy and don't make fun of everyone, and that's right, there we go. I'm sorry, Saskatchewan, am I missing something, or is there something going on in the chat that I'm just not that I'm missing? Now I'm just confused. I'm sorry. Oh my goodness. I don't know why it was set to top chat and not live chat. That's the one I tend to look after. Alright, now that we've got this little straggly bit here, for some reason that the worker is just kind of doing their own thing. There we go. Now we can hopefully be able to set the worker off and have them actually do what we want them to do. Keep our fingers crossed. You're not missing any chat? Okay, cool, cool. I just got worried there based on what was being commented. I didn't know if I just completely missed something that was like blowing up in the chat or something, or who knows? I don't know. Again, it's one of those. I'm just gonna, you know what? Classic Dave coming out. I'm gonna nod and smile. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, hey, and that's turned off now. You've been away for too long. Haha, there we go. Now we're cooking with peanut oil. Ugh. Love it. It was so wild too, because so to kind of give everyone kind of the behind the scenes, I was really wanting to come on here tonight and do a live stream for my birthday, be able to hang out with everybody and really kind of make it kind of a special stream kind of thing. So it was one of those where I got to thinking about it after I had mentioned, oh yeah, I want to do a birthday stream and all that. And I got to thinking about how, oh man, well, what happens if Giants puts out a map, or what happens if this, and what happens. So I got to like really kind of panic in there, waiting for all the mods to drop this morning. And then I saw, because of course they do updates first. They do the updates first, and I see, oh no, they put out an update for, what was it? Was it Glen Lathan? And I saw that come out. I'm like, oh no! And I start panicking. It's like, oh, is the stream gonna be off because they're gonna have a bunch of maps and all this stuff drop, and then I'm seeing the mods grow and grow and grow. I'm like, oh man, okay, now we're getting into the new mods. Okay, we're starting to get into the categories, and oh, now we're starting to get into tractors. Now we should start seeing maps. Ooh. And then all of a sudden, nothing. I'm like, okay. There's a little bit of silence. And then about 12 o'clock rolls around where I'm able to like actually see like the whole list. And this is after we're back from the zoo and all this stuff, and I see that no maps have dropped, but specifically it was the one update for Glen Lathan. I'm like, ooh, okay, I can do this update while my daughter sleeps. I can roll it out and I can upload it and do all that stuff, and this will work out perfectly. So I was able to set up everything perfect today. It just worked out so nicely to where we were able to just kind of come on and hang out with everyone. It was just all the cards kind of aligned, because it was one of those where the reason I was really starting to get panicked is because Giants hadn't put out any content, any mods over the past like week, and then yesterday all of a sudden they just drop a whole bunch of mods, and then today they started dropping a whole bunch of them too, and I'm like, oh man, this might not work out. That was the one thing that could have really kind of derailed the live stream today, is if we got a bunch of maps kind of thing. I would have probably not been able to do the live stream. Because the thing with maps is there's only so much of a window between the time that they load onto the mod hub and the time that you have to be able to make the map for it to be actually relevant to people. So if you don't make them right away, then they tend not to get any traction. It's not really worth making them. So there was a bunch of, there was the time where I had made the decision to kind of backfill the catalog of map tours kind of thing, so I could do the map updates and be up to date on all the change logs and not be so far out of date that it didn't make any sense to anybody. So it was one of those where I had done all that work to catch up and to make everything kind of relevant to the change logs, and then very, very little views, or especially initial views. Like I'll get like slow and steady views for people who are like interested in the map and they're just kind of discovering it kind of thing, but the bulk amount of views come from within the first 48 hours kind of thing when it comes to tours and updates. So it was one of those that, when a update, or I'm sorry, when a new map loads, you really got to get onto it, kind of thing, or else you're not really going to be uh, getting in front of people, kind of thing. So it was one of those. I was really excited when no map showed up, and I was able to be like, yes, let's push the button to be able to confirm that we're doing the stream tonight. And that's when I started, putting everything out on social media. That's when I started, putting out the scheduling for the live stream, and I was already starting to get messages. I think it was Hillbilly Farmer, as a matter of fact, reached out on this stream prior to it even being up and running. I think it was like 1 o'clock my time. I could be wrong about the time, so don't quote me on that. But it was certainly sometime like early this afternoon when Hillbilly Farmer reached out and was wishing the happy birthdays, and saying how excited they were for the stream tonight. So I was already really pumped up when I saw that. It's like, yes, we got we got people who are looking forward to the stream and being able to hang out and whatnot. So that just made it just all the more fun, and made me just that much more excited to see that we're already getting people on. And then we had like Jody reaching out on I think it was Instagram or some other, it might have been Facebook, giving the hearts and the thumbs up, and number one buddy and all that stuff. Oh, it was just cool. I was on cloud 9 all day today. So I really, you know what, I'm just going to come out and say it again, because it stays relevant. It stays true and relevant. I am grateful and appreciative to every single one of you out there, every single person who comes out to these streams, everybody who subscribes, everything. It is just fantastic to see everybody so dedicated to me, to the channel, coming out, hanging out, and having a great time. It is amazing to see. And what's really crazy, I would never have expected this middle of October, but we're almost at 1,000 subscribers. We are like breaking down the door of 1,000 subs. And ever since October 28th, when we had that raid from Rusty Money Gaming, again, Rusty, thank you so much, and thank you all who came in that raid. But ever since then, this channel has just gone berserk. I mean, for this channel, I should say. But we've been getting subscribers left and right to this channel, and I'm just blown away by how much growth we have received just in the past 10 days. We've gotten almost, what was it? I think I counted out like almost 65 subscribers in the past 10 days. Like, I don't think I've ever gotten that kind of growth in that short amount of time. Like I said, it was from October 28th when we got that raid until, here recently, it's just been going berserk. And I'm seeing the numbers every single day, and all the new people coming to the channel and hanging out and seeing what we got to offer here. It is just fantastic to see. And like I said, we're breathing down the neck of 1,000. We're right there. And I'm so looking forward to seeing us pass that goal, pass that mark, because once we get there, it is just going to be, it's going to be on to the next mark, obviously. But it's just one of those, like, that was kind of the kind of goal that I had set up in my head, is just get to that first 1,000. Get to that 1,000, and then, just keep going from there, kind of thing. But it's just a cool little milestone kind of thing, where we're going to be able to say, hey, there's 1,000 people out there hanging out and watching the channel. It's fantastic. I'm just so excited. I can't wait to get there. And it was one of those where I kind of before the raid, on the 28th, I had kind of calculated it out to be about maybe December, like mid to late December, when I was anticipating being able to be at 1,000 subscribers. Now we're looking at, if this trend continues, we're going to be at 1,000 subscribers before Thanksgiving. Like, that's how much, like, just all of a sudden, just pow. I don't know what changed, what flipped to where all of a sudden now we're getting, so many people. But it's fantastic. I'm loving it. Just absolutely loving it. And I'm just, again, thank every single one of you, everybody who's out there in the stream tonight, who's subscribed to the channel. Just fantastic. Just fantastic. I'm loving every second of it. Let's see. Joshua says, you more than deserve it, man. Really happy for you. Hey, you know what? I really appreciate it. I really do. It's one of those that been really working hard to make this channel what it is. Late nights, early days, kind of thing. I only get a few hours every night to be able to really hit the channel hard and to get the content out there, kind of thing. So there's been a lot of late nights, lots of late nights getting it to here. So to see that the gains that we're making are happening, it's just, it's humbling, overwhelming, but in a good way. Not in like a OMG kind of I'm kind of, underwater kind of thing. It's a overwhelming, as in just the rush of support is just fantastic, like I said. So really looking forward to crossing that mark, and really looking forward to seeing, where this channel can continue to go, where we can grow, and just where we can get to. Because at the end of the day, I'm not satisfied with where we're at. I want this channel to be able to, to be something special. And don't get me wrong, when I say I'm not satisfied, I don't mean as in, I want like a bajillion subscribers or anything like that. What I mean is that I want to make sure that the content that I put out there is worth not only your subscription, your being a subscriber to the channel, but that you're proud to continue to come back here, hang out with me every time we do a live stream, hang out and watch the Let's Plays, hang out and, enjoy the map tours. It's one of those where I want to make sure that what I'm putting out there is worth the time that you all are putting into the channel. I don't want to become complacent in... I don't want to become complacent in the position that we're in. That's why I'm always going to be striving to make sure that, this channel is, as best as it can be, kind of thing. So that's what we're striving for. That's what we're gunning for with this channel. And that's what I hope everybody here tonight and anybody else in the future can see. That we're looking to really have some fun here. So anyways, let's see. Let's catch up with the chat now that we're... Wait, what? Oh, no. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. I know what's wrong. Let's see. Let's eject. No, come on. Turn off. Nope, didn't mean that button. Eject those. That's 200 bales. Let's fold that away. Fold that up. Put that off. Well, I have 162 bales out on the mega field. I have no more room to make bales. It just dawned on me. What was I thinking? What was I thinking? Why didn't I think of that before coming over here? Oh no. You know what it is I think it had to do with the issues that we had before we come on the stream. The servers being all kind of janky. So, oof. One of those we're gonna have to wrap those bales. Once we wrap the bales, we'll have to sell them off, get them off the screen. Yeah, so we're gonna have to do some staging. We'll have to figure this out. Oh well, we'll figure it out. Alright, back that out right there. Let's see, let me catch up with the chat real quick and see what everyone's saying so far. Benji says, good evening everyone. Hey Benji, how you doing tonight? Hope you're having a great time so far. Thanks for joining the birthday stream. I greatly appreciate it. Dust Bunny says, hello Benji. How are you, Ben, sir? Benji says, doing great, Dust Bunny. Glad to hear it. And Dust Bunny also says, good to hear, sir. Very glad. Let's see. So let's go ahead. We've got to grab, well, we've got to grab this, number one. And we've got to get the new, let's see, the new bale grab here. And now, the wrapper. Oof. Ooh, hey, stop. What is going, why? Ugh, I love crabbing. The ability to crab is so vital with these four-wheel steer vehicles. Alright, so let's, yeah, we gotta wrap the bales. After we wrap the bales, then we can... Ooh, you know what? Sorry, I'm sitting here thinking, and I had actually forgotten that I'd gotten this bale grab in the last couple of episodes. So it was one of those, I was sitting there thinking, you know, this in combination with the bale stacker and the new baler, that whole combination there, this is going to be a really nice combination when everything's said and done. So Benji says, happy birthday. Hey, I appreciate it, Benji. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Like I said, we're on the birthday stream here. We're just having some fun and kicking back and relaxing. Hope everybody is still having a good time so far. We're just working on a bunch of contracts at the moment, and we kind of started off a little rocky here because we were having some technical issues with the servers. For some reason, giant servers were running amok. I thought it may have been my internet messing up. So to tell another story, here lately I've been actually having a lot of internet issues, and I think it's all kind of self-imposed internet issues. So the way my house is laid out and my current kind of living situation, my father lives here with us, and he lives on the back side of the property. Well, to make sure that he gets internet, we've got several routers or wireless routers that are set up on the back of our network, and they're just all kind of, aftermarket routers kind of thing. Well, in order to get multiple routers on the same network, for those of you who are not, you know, network engineers or anything like that, you basically have to tell a router that it is, which you have to designate which one is the, the kind of the parent, and then which ones are the children. And the parent will sit there and tell, all the internet traffic, where to go, kind of thing. Well, while the children, the children routers will just sit there and accept the internet signal and just amplify it out from there, kind of thing. Well, for some reason, I think the children routers were sitting there and fighting with the parent and it just wasn't working properly. And when it creates conflict like that, it'll sometimes make your internet kind of laggy and, not work the way that you anticipate it to work. So I went through earlier today, as a matter of fact, and I went through all the various routers, and I had made sure that they were in, the proper settings to be able to function properly. And I didn't, oops, wrong button. Let's see. I want operating position. Yes. Okay. So I got everything all set up and working fine, but then right as I was starting the stream, all of a sudden everything just died. I was on the map waiting for it to, turn to 925, and then all of a sudden, disconnects from the server and nothing. Have no ability to do anything. I couldn't see the mod hub. I couldn't get to nothing. And the worst part about it is when you do a multiplayer game like what we are here, or multiplayer, through the servers and all that, if you don't have connection to the servers or you don't have internet, you can't see any of your mods. You can't do anything. You can't even load into the game because it has to make connection to the server, obviously. But it was just one of those where, with everything that was going on, I couldn't tell if it was possibly my internet or if it was the, giant servers kind of thing. Thankfully it turned out, or at least, looked like it was giant servers, and we're all here right now hanging out and having a good time. But so far, my internet, ever since I did those kind of tweaks, seems to be running really strong. I'm getting really good signal strength. I'm getting really good, everything on the back end. So hopefully, what is happening? There we go. I don't want it to keep inching towards the road. It should start pushing away from the road once it starts getting a little bit of, pushback and resistance from the bales. Let's see. Yes. Okay. Yep. That's what we were looking for. I tell you what, this bale grab, I do really like it because it's basically the best of both worlds. You can have the kind of automatic grabbing, but still have the ability to really kind of manually stack things. So it's kind of the in-between kind of thing, to where you're not having to do every single movement manually, but you can kind of automate as well. There we go. Yeah, see, now it's starting to push it away from the road and not get hung up on everything, so that's nice. Holy cow, it's 11:30 already? How does time fly like this? Like, literally, how does it go from 9:30 to 11:30 like, whoa. Okay. I thought it just broke. It just stopped all of a sudden. I'm like, no. What's going on? There's two. There we go. Oh, brakes. That is the one bad thing about this particular telehandler, is that the brakes are just so underpowered. And a lot of that has to do because I have a ton of weight over the backside of this thing. But I will always, when using this thing, just crash into things because I'm trying to stop way too late. Oh. And don't eat it. Time doesn't stop. 100%. Well, I mean, yeah. Look at me. It's my 40th birthday today. Don't I know it? Don't I know it? Whew. Like I said, it's one of those that it's been a fantastic day. Like I said, I was really wondering, before my 40th birthday, how I was gonna, react to it, how I was gonna, midlife and all that, and I really just, I don't know, really just didn't think too much about it. Really didn't play too much of a role today. Now, is that going to be the same thing tomorrow? I don't know. That's will it be more of a 40 years plus one day kind of a bomb, quote unquote? I don't know. I don't think so. I've never really been, too bothered about my age or anything like that. It's one of those that I just try and live life and just kind of go about it day to day kind of thing. Like I said, that's why I think it just feels like another day. Like not that I'm not excited it's my birthday or anything like that, but it just didn't feel like, Okay. We will let's grab that bale here. Actually, there's a couple of bales we can grab. Yeah, let's get them all. Kind of like oh goodness, the Pokemon. Gotta catch 'em all. Except this is bales. There's at least one member of my audience I know for sure would get a kick out of that reference. Forge TCG, if you're out there and listening, that one was for you, bud. Oh man, just like I said, I want to thank everybody who came out here tonight to hang out with me on my birthday and just to show show your support and just come out and have a great time. It is just, I'm sitting here right now and it's kind of dawning on me that I've been smiling pretty much the entire stream. One of those where just kind of been really just enjoying it. So thank you all very much. I really do appreciate it. Let's see. John says hi Charles, and Benji says hi John. So good to see y'all know each other. That's awesome. I love that we all just kind of like not just know each other from these streams, but know each other from multiple other streams. It's really cool to see, that Farming Simulator itself has its own kind of following, its own kind of, you know, what's the word? I mean, community, yes, but its own kind of, yeah, its own following. Let's just go with that. You know, it's got so many different kind of sub chapters and all these different kind of groups that are within it, that, you know, it's amazing that we all just kind of come together and find each other and just are able to, you know, come together around this game, around this whole concept, and then we can make it our own kind of unique space and make it something special. You know, like I said, the channel here has all these different, you know, little like sayings and whatnot. We've got the Steiger, you know, we've got the Jasper, the friendly farmyard ghost. We've got wiggle bottom tractors, and just the whole 9 yards. Just, you know, we've made this space kind of, you know, something unique within the realm of Farming Simulator. It's just puts a smile on my face every time I think of it. Every time that, you know, we get some of our regulars and even our new people. I love being able to share all those kind of, you know, special things about this channel with everybody here. So it's just such a blast to be able to see it. Let's see, we've got, hey, Grant says, hi everyone. How's it going, Grant? Thank you for coming in on the birthday stream. How you doing tonight? We're just sitting here trying to clear out all these bales here, because me, being a silly person, completely forgot that we had 162 bales over at the mega field that's taking up space, and only had about 40 odd bales to go before, you know, we reached the maximum capacity on the map. So we are scrambling to kind of get everything done. And Benji says, hi, Grant. So yeah, like I said, silly Dave here, completely forgetting that there's a bale limit on consoles. Is now trying to scramble to be able to get this all done. So, gotta love it. Got to love it. Doing good. Happy birthday. Hey, Grant, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Glad to hear that you're doing well. Let's see. Let's keep on grabbing these. I see this snake here that we're making, and see, there's the brakes I'm talking about. Brakes are so spongy. Anyways, I see the snake that we're making back there, and then I compare it to the snake on the mega field. It's like, no, that's puny. That snake here is just tiny. It's so tiny. Oh, come on. Come on, you can do it. 4 miles an hour. You know what? This is actually a pretty decent sized hill right here. I don't think I've ever really kind of taken notice. There's so many like hills and deceptive areas everywhere on this map. It's really kind of wild. Oh. Ah, cool. I was wondering if we were gonna let that topple over or not. And then Grant says, hi, CS. Let's see, so I think we're almost done with getting these where they've got to be. I think I'm on the absolute last row, of course. Yeah, the last row for bales. And of course we have 5 bales left. Don't you just love that? Like, you work on a job. Oh no, we've got 3 more. Okay. I was gonna say, you work on a job and you always and inevitably have one thing left over at the very end that you have to clean up. Got to make that extra trip out just for that one thing. It's not the case here. You know, we've got 3 out of the 4, but it always seems that it works out to where you have to go for that one thing, and there it goes. We always got to do at least one. At least one of those bales has got to topple over. Let's see. So Dust Bunny says, well, Mr. D, I'm going to sign off, sir. I'm falling asleep. Hope the rest of the evening is grand as your day has been. Thanks for awesome stream. Take care, sir. Dust Bunny, thank you so much for coming out tonight and you know, the birthday wishes and everything. I greatly appreciate you coming out and hanging out. I hope you have yourself a fantastic night, and we will see you hopefully again really soon. Like I said, I specifically tried to plan things out so we could come on and do the stream tonight. So that was kind of the reason why some of the channel stuff has been kind of weird here. We did 2 episodes. Normally we do an episode and then a live stream, but we ended up doing 2 episodes before we did the live stream. So it was just kind of the way I was able to work it out to be able to make sure that we did the stream tonight. Let's see. Benji says, take care, Dust Bunny. And Dust Bunny says, tell the missus hello in the morning, and thank you, Benji. I absolutely will tell the missus hello. I have actually got it worked out to where she has agreed to be able to come on stream. We just need to kind of set up a date and time kind of thing, because here lately she's been incredibly tired. She's been doing a lot of stuff with work and whatnot, so it's been kind of a scheduling nightmare. But she has agreed. She is willing to come on and hang out, and yeah, who knows, maybe we'll be able to make her a regular to hang out with us all on the channel, at least for a little while. Her one thing that she was kind of worried about when I first mentioned this, she thought that she would have to stay on for the entire 3 hours for the live stream. It's like, no, just, you know, come on for a little while and, you know, stay on as long as you're having fun kind of thing. So one of those that she might not stay on for the full, you know, full stream kind of thing, but one of those that at the end of the day, at least she's coming on and gonna hang out kind of thing. So here's hoping. Dust Bunny says that would be awesome. I'd love to meet her. Good night, Mrs. Hillbilly Farmer. Again, Dust Bunny, have yourself a great night. We will, again, like I said, we'll see you again real soon. Let's see, let's pop that out. And then once this is done, we can boop, 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 boop. Gotta unwrap these all because they're all connected. Oh, no, that didn't work out the way I thought it would, or at least the way I hoped it would. Perfect. Alright, so now I'm gonna run over and grab my tractor. Actually, wait. I'm trying to think. Okay, we've only got like 2 or 3 more passes here. Plus that little scraggly bit that was left behind. Because I could take the van, hook up to the bale trailer, and then bring it out. And this is... Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. 105 is going to this forge sell point. Wait. Oh, the harvest is going to the farm supplies. Oh, I see. Okay. That actually works out really nicely. Because then we can just kind of take it out to the one-stop shop and dump it all out at once. You know what? Let's do that. Let's go ahead and get this. Oh, it's going to dump that out of the course. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Run away. There we go. Yeah, worker G has completed their task. Oh my goodness. I wish... You know what? I wonder if I could figure out how to pop that up on screen. I bet you I could figure that out. But I won't do it here tonight, but maybe the next time we do a live stream, I will find that image from the forum and go ahead and show that off. Because, oh my goodness, is it hilarious. Like, obviously not for the person who, you know, got their harvester stuck in the mud bog, but, you know, the kind of, I guess that would technically fall in the realm of dark humor. You know, although there's somebody, you know, who obviously was, you know, deeply affected by that, it's one of those that you almost have to you have to laugh or you cry. You know, hopefully the farmer who had that bit of equipment had, you know, good insurance on it and was able to get it taken care of, because, oof. That's definitely going to be a bad day for somebody. Somebody had a bad day after that. Let's see. Now, get this last little bit here. And then we can drop off everything we have over at the farm supply. We can collect on this contract. Then we can take the van, hook up to the bale trailer, get the bale trailer to the field, collect all the bales there, drop those off at the sell point, because both of them are at the forage sell point. I think that'll work. I think that'll work out really nicely. There we go. Drop this over here. Oh. Oops, wrong button. All right. Perfect. Now, let's fly back to the farm. And then we can get all those bales off, and we can pick back up where we left off. Again, the way my brain works, the sloth from Ice Age. Slalom, slalom, baby. That big old lisp. There we go. And how much wheat did we drop in there? Wait, what? What? What just happened? We completed the contract, and we should have some product left over here. But we don't. Not in the van. What happened? Well, I mean, we can collect on the contract at least. We just missed out on a bunch of product there for some reason. Huh. Maybe because it just... This particular mod, it just empties like in one fell swoop kind of thing. So I wonder if maybe it's... like too aggressive for it to. Ooh, wow. Oh, I knew that was going to happen. I knew it. There we go. Okay. This might not be the prettiest toe, but it's working. Now, will it work once we get out there? That's going to be the question. Are we going to get out there and all of a sudden it wants to not pull and not turn proper and just make a complete hash of everything? I don't know. We'll see. Let's see. Let's see. So we'll get over. All right. Let's see how fast we can go while pulling this trailer. Right up to 55. There we go. 60. You know, I'm kind of impressed that we got up to this. 67, 68. Okay, well. This is how you get places. And again, the way my brain works, I don't know why this just came rocketing in my head, but there's a YouTuber that I'll occasionally watch. I forget his channel name, but I believe his name is Nate. And he basically lives on a homestead in West Virginia, I think it is. And he's got a little dog. And actually, his dog reminds me of my dog. But his dog's name is Minion. And every time, and Minion is one of the smartest dogs I've ever seen. Like, you could tell that this guy is, spent many hours training his dog and getting him to listen to all these different commands and all this stuff, and it's just mind-boggling. But every time he wants to go somewhere, he takes the dog with him, and he uses this kind of phrase of "go places, do things," and obviously the dog gets like super excited because that's the kind of the trigger word, and it's funny. But when I was sitting there driving over here, I was like, "Go places, do things." Again, it's just not sure why, just the way that things work in my brain. I don't know. Oh, not like that. All right, let's see. Can we... Okay, so we've got both of these done. I'm actually considering keeping the silage this time, even though, yes, I could use the money, but I've got enough productions now that money isn't necessarily scaring me right now. $49,000 isn't necessarily worrying me. We've got the stone factory, we've got the wood pellets, we've got the tailor shop now, we've got so many different avenues of money that I'm not worried about getting every nickel and dime anymore. We're starting to get past that threshold, that tipping point of having to worry about every penny that comes in and out of the farm, and rather just kind of starting to set our sights onto like bigger and better projects. All right, so we're good there. We can make more bales. So yeah, I mean, we're finally we're making progress. We're getting there. Let's go ahead and fire that back up. Drop that down. Drop that down. Unfold. And, oops, there we go. Let's get this last little bit. Shazam. Oh, nope. Let's fold that up. Let's turn that off. Fold that away. Fold that up. Alright, now we can go and bale the next... Oops, I forgot about the ditch again. We can go bale up the next field, which is 105. So that was the big one. That's the big field there. This one is, I think, the second largest field. Let's see. Oops. Hey, there's trees there. Alright, so... yeah, 105's up here, just next to the mega field. This is the one, this is the field where I want to expand and eventually get the mega field to go into and absorb it. But that's going to take some time. Let's see, open that up, drop it down. Whoops. There we go. And now we're talking. Here we go. Yeah, I mean, look at that. I cannot believe just how different the landscape is with all those trees removed. All the work that we did put into this one field. This is just next level. Like I said, I've never undertook a job this large. We ended up doing like 5 live streams just to handle all this. And that's with compromising with the methods at which we were going to do everything. I mean, for the longest time, I was planning on doing everything, you know, quote unquote, manually. And we originally started out, we were going to do like trees, like actual logging kind of thing. So we changed gears drastically, you know, when doing this field. And don't get me wrong, I'm glad we did, because oof, we did 5 live streams just with wood chips with the tree devourer. You know, that's one of the quickest and easiest ways to get wood chips in Farming Simulator 22, specifically on consoles. You know, it might be the same thing for PCs, but one of those, definitely for sure, one of the easiest ways to get wood chips for consoles. And it still took 5 whole streams to get to that point. It was absolutely nuts how much time and effort that we put into it. Now, don't get me wrong, it was worth every... Oh, you know what? And you can see the snake way in the distance over there. Love it. Love every single time I see that. It's just one of those just shows all the work that we put into that field just paid off. You know, I was sitting here saying, you know, might be a good idea to go ahead and just keep this silage and use it for other means. But now I might be changing my tune on that. I might be thinking that rather than keep it, just sell it off for cash, because I've got all the bales behind me that we can use for other things. Again, 162 bales. So it's not like we're not going to have any product. We're going to have over 1 million liters in product when everything's said and done. So, I don't know. Now I'm kind of humming and hawing again. Let me see if I can pull that little chunk of hay out of the road. There we go. Perfect. Wait a minute. How did that bale get all the way over there? Huh. Ay. See, this is what I'm talking about with that stacker. With that stacker, more than likely, that wouldn't have happened. I would have been able to unload it somewhere else and not have to worry about it. So, I'm really leaning towards getting a different baler and stacker. I don't know. One of those that I think that it would be worth every penny in the end. But we already got this one. It's already paid off. But the nice thing about the other one too is that it's got a silage tank. And being able to get that grass bonus, I mean, you'd be shocked in how much 5% adds up, especially how much 5% would be on top of what we have here for the giant snake in the background. Like, that would be ridiculous. We go from 162 bales, probably, as a rough guess, maybe an extra 10 bales or so. I don't know. That's also, you know, midnight math, as I'm looking down and realizing that it's just about to hit midnight. So, oof. Oh, gotta readjust. One of those you get really comfy where you're sitting, and then all of a sudden you realize, ooh, I'm not as comfy as I thought I was. I need to move. And then you realize after you moved, it's like, ooh, why did I stay there for that long? Again, that might be the 40-year-old talking, but one of those that I'm sure a good many people know exactly what I'm talking about. How did that get there? How did this bale just all of a sudden pop up right here? Here we go. Oh. Okay, no, we didn't miss any. Cool. So this is just fantastic. I mean, this is going so much better than I thought it. Well, not that I thought it would, but just so much that could have gone wrong. I mean, there was the issue we had with the bale count and all that stuff, reaching the bale limit, which I actually think is the first time I've actually reached the bale limit in this game. I can't think of another time where I've actually have hit it. especially now that we've got all these different silos that'll take bales and stuff like that. Like that to me is one of the best additions to Farming Simulator was the bale silos. That way it really unleashes consoles to be able to do so much more than what we could do before those kind of components existed. Oh, and there goes my headset. Oh my goodness, complete disaster. There we go. Yeah, for some reason, when I'm recording here, I wear headphones to kind of drown out background noise. But I don't know what happened here recently, but I was doing a recording. I think it was for this new South African map. And for some reason, when I had the headphones on my ears, I was mispronouncing every other word. It was really weird. So I had moved one of the earmuffs off of my ear so I could hear myself talking while doing the recordings, and then all of a sudden it stopped. And I think it's because, like, this isn't like me diagnosing or anything, but I removed the headphone, at least the one ear, because these are like over ear headphones. So I'm sitting here and my ears are getting warm, and I'm getting frustrated because I know I'm mispronouncing a bunch of words that I shouldn't be mispronouncing. And after I take it off and I realize I'm like speaking more clearly, I'm able to hear myself talk, kind of thing, all of a sudden I'm like, huh, that's weird. So I've been wearing them off to where I have one ear exposed and then the other's covered. And it might just be in my own head. I might be kind of, you know, what is it called? Is it psychosomatic? Where you, or no, psychosomatics where you like imagine something's wrong in your head. Placebo, maybe? I think it's I think it's the cure, so therefore I'm going to do this thing. I think that's right. Placebo. Let's see. Joshua says, is there an advantage of doing bales over loose silage or vice versa? Not sure which one to do. So, Joshua, I tend to prefer bales, and here's my reasoning as to why. There's when you do bales, you're compacting the grass or whatever you're doing into a small carryable item, and the amount of literage that it holds is, you know, variable depending on what product you're using. But for example, the grass that I have here, this one bale is 6,500 liters. If you take a look, whoops, wrong screen. If you take a look at your forage wagons, well, your first forage wagon that you can afford for $30,000 is 16,000 liters. So that's what? That's less than 2 bales? No, that's 3 bales. Less than 3 bales for this one. But even the largest of the base game ones holds 50,000 liters. So you're talking less than 9 bales, or less than 10 bales, you know, 9 and point something bales will fit into the largest of the base game forage wagons at 50,000 liters. We have a baled trailer here, base in-game, this one, for 14 bales. So you get to carry around an extra, you know, 5 bales almost. It's like 4 and change. And again, using grass example, 6,500 liters plus an extra 4 bales. Let's just use 4 as the total. Well, then you're able to carry around a lot more. and that's how I kind of always rationalized it in my head, is the bales, yeah, you got to go through extra steps. You can't just cut and go kind of thing, but you get such a more compact item that, to me, it's worth that kind of initial extra step to make the bales. So that's, like I said, that's how I always kind of rationalize it in my head. Benji says, what type of headphones are you using? I use a Rig 700, has a feature where you can hear yourself speak. So the headphones that I have on are the Sony, let's see. They're actually the really nice set. I got them for, I think it was for Christmas or my birthday a few years ago. It's the, I think the WH, if I could get the light on the serial, I think it's the WH1000s XM4s. But it's certainly possible that I could make it to where I could hear myself speak in like real time. Now I know, like I've got a plug-in for, or you know what, that might not be a, oh no, because then I would lose the audio for the game. So I've got the headphones plugged into my laptop directly to be able to hear the ambient sounds of the game and all that stuff. But I guess I don't necessarily need to hear that. I don't know. I need to think about things. Let's see. Joshua says, I see. That makes more sense now. Thanks. Hey, no problem. No problem. Yeah, been getting lots of questions, regarding maps and stuff like that here lately. So it's one of those I'm always glad to help and to kind of show my perspective. Now here's the thing: is I don't ever claim to be, the arbiter of truth, especially when it comes to this game. So it's one of those, I'll certainly share my opinion and the rationale as to why I do certain things the way that I do them, kind of thing. But it's one of those, like I said, it might not be the best for everyone. Others may disagree or think that it's silly way of doing things, kind of thing. That's all good. Like I said, I don't consider myself the arbiter of everything that's right here in Farming Simulator or just life in general, kind of thing. I tend to just go about things at my own speed, and if I pick up a tip or a trick along the way that ends up working out better than what I had previously, I don't know why I didn't just go across my own field. But if it works out better in the end, then that's how I tend to operate. One of those, I've never been afraid to do things, and then if proven wrong, am willing to adapt and adopt those ways that tend to work out better. It was one of those things where I had mentioned earlier about feeling humbled about the growth of the channel and all that stuff, and it is a very humbling experience. But it's one of those kind of a grander point. Allowing yourself to be humbled is a good thing, kind of thing. Not always thinking that you have the right answer to every situation or to something. If there's something that you're like an expert in, then yeah, I mean 100% should exert that expertise, not necessarily lord it over somebody's over somebody else, but one of those, don't be afraid to, kind of offer pushback if there's a thing that you're an expert in, but also don't be afraid to, you know, be willing to be wrong, kind of thing. Always consider it as a possibility, kind of thing. I think that things would be a lot better off nowadays than the way they are if people were more willing to kind of be like, you know what, I didn't think about things like that. Maybe, just maybe, you know, I should reevaluate and humble myself to, think that, maybe what I have isn't exactly the greatest of ways of doing things, or whatever. I mean, one of those where I think people would be better served and better off if they were willing to kind of not always have to be right about things. Perfect example. Um, so there's a kind of a Florida legend. Now I'm not going to go into specific names, but and for legal reasons, I'm not going into specific names. But there's a local Florida legend, and if you look up serial cop impersonator, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. You'll be able to find it on YouTube very, very easily. But this particular person was, so to kind of give you some of the background and some of the quote unquote the lore behind this person. um, they were, like I said, they were a serial cop impersonator. They have gone through the legal system many times over. Gotten in trouble for doing this kind of thing. And what they would do is they had a escort service, like a funeral escort service, where they would take old decommissioned cop cars, old decommissioned motorcycles from police officers, and what they would do is that they would make them look almost identical to the markings and whatnot to local police departments in the area. And what they would do is they would slap on their company's logo and their kind of they would do things that would get like right up to the line of crossing things, like, nope, wrong, there we go. And then they would just kind of lean over the line, but not necessarily cross it. They would be right up there, but it was their actions that would like tip them over the line and make it to where they weren't within the law. So they had lights and sirens on all their bikes, their their quote unquote cop cars, their escort cars, all this stuff. And they would hold up traffic, they would act like cops, and they would do all this stuff. And what was really wild is that they would actually wear body cameras, and they would wear uniforms very similar. Now they were all slapped with their company logos. They would have badges that was actually made in the Los Angeles Police Department's the same logo, same everything, except it had their company name over the badge, kind of thing. It was the wildest thing, and they were doing this stuff for years. Whoa, easy. They were doing this stuff for years, where they would, specifically the main owner would go around threatening people and acting like he was a cop and doing all this stuff. And you do any sort of research into this person, like get their full history, he's not a good person. He's just not a good person whatsoever. And just sitting there and doing all this really incredibly shady stuff. And he would operate, the company would operate out of Orlando. So it's just one of those where, all this stuff, when it was all said and done, um, he would go get arrested all the time. He would, be told, hey, you can't do these things. You can't, like, it went to such an extreme degree to where he would get into arguments with the police on the side of the road because he installed purple and amber colored lights. And he would sit there and argue with them saying, oh, well, the state statute only says that you can't have blue, lights on there. So it was just this really, really kind of petty, really narcissistic kind of behavior kind of thing. And he would sit there and he would try and hide behind all this kind of legalese, mumbo jumbo kind of stuff, but you could tell he had very, very little understanding of, or he had just enough understanding of the law to just get himself in trouble kind of thing. So it's just, it's just a very wild kind of story, and like I said, it's all, real life. It's all true stuff that this person would do. Oop, 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 oop. But what I was getting at is, if he would exercise just a little bit of humbleness, if he wasn't so willing to kind of oops, it was not a good idea to set up on this hill. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh, this is bad. This is bad. Okay. Well, let's see if I can kind of bump this into a better position. Come on. Come on. Keep moving. There we go. Now I think that'll be better. Alright, let's see what everyone's saying here. So, let me catch up with the chat. Saskatchewan says, well, I'm heading off. It's 11:09 here, and I'm off to bed. See y'all. Have a great birthday, BDD. Hey, Saskatchewan, I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hope you have yourself a great night. Benji says, see ya, CFL. Says, thanks, CS. And then John also says, good night, y'all. Well, John, thank you also for showing up. I greatly appreciate y'all coming out for the birthday stream. Hope everybody has a fantastic night. But anyways, like I was saying, so this, whoa, easy there, big boy. There we go. So, yeah, it was just a really wild story. I guess you could say like stereotypical Florida man kind of thing, or anybody who's familiar with like the whole Florida man tale. Okay, cool. There we go. No, where, why, how? Oh, why did that happen? Was it me, or did it look like the wheel actually turned? Alright, let's try and knock this back. Now this is going to be infinitely harder because now there's actual resistance from the bales. Okay, so it wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. But anyways, so if he would have exercised a little bit of, humbleness and humility, maybe, just maybe, he would have seen why everybody had such a problem with him. And it got to be so bad that he went on to, like, talk show hosts, like TV shows and all this stuff to try and defend himself, like to make himself out to be the victim on a lot of this stuff. It was really wild stuff. But it was one of those that you couldn't tell him that he was doing anything wrong, because in his mind, You know, there was absolutely nothing wrong, and there was no reason that anybody should be objecting to anything that he was doing. But again, if he were to have humbled himself and kind of brought on some humility, he would have understood, like, hey, like, you're doing something that's really at at minimum yucky, and at maximum a bad felony. Like, really, like, really bad. And what really was kind of the downfall of him was he ended up pulling over a person in traffic and was sitting there and just yelling at them, you know, scolding them, uh, you know, for I guess being in the middle of the procession that they were. What is happening? Oh, wait, it's not me. Look at this. The wheel is turning. I don't know what's going on here. No idea. So weird. But, anyways, what was I saying? But no, he would go on to talk shows to try and, you know, obfuscate and not actually take responsibility for what he was doing. Oh, that's what. So he ended up pulling somebody over, and turns out the person that he pulled over was an off-duty cop from New York, and who was here on vacation, kind of thing. Or at least, if I remember right, he was. I think he was on vacation, and the cop ended up calling the police and made a complaint, kind of thing. Well, eventually, he, you know, the cops ended up, you know, talking to the off-duty cop from New York, and eventually made it to where, you know, he was able to go, you know, on trial for like actual impersonation. Police officers, up until this point, they had all this kind of circumstantial evidence, but what ended up happening is that because he ended up, you know, basically pulling over the wrong person, he, you know, got brought in for questioning, all that stuff, and they ended up finding all this body camera footage of all this stuff, and people have actually, like, gotten the body camera footage, and that's what they posted on to like YouTube, is this old body camera footage of him doing all this really gnarly and nasty stuff to people. Like, it is just absolutely wild, like the things that he has done. Ugh, darn it. We are just having some difficult times here. Let's see. Hillbilly Farmer says. Oh, no, wait. Joshua says, for me, it's 5. Ooh, I do night shifts and had my day off tonight. Thanks for making my night so much more enjoyable. I'm off to sleep now. Hopefully, will be the next stream. Hey, Joshua, I greatly appreciate you coming out for tonight's stream. I really do. I'm glad you enjoyed it. And, you know, like I said, thanks for all the birthday wishes and just hanging out for the birthday stream. Hope you have yourself a great night and enjoy your night. And Hillbilly Farmer says it's almost 9:30 here and 3 a.m. comes early, so I guess I'm going to have to say good night. I'm sure enjoyed the company and the stream. Have a good rest of your night, and I'll see you later. Good night. Hey, Hillbilly Farmer, thank you again so much for coming on, and also again, you know, wishing the happy birthday and everything there. I greatly appreciate everybody who's been on tonight, like I mentioned earlier. Hope you have a great night as well. And yeah, we'll hopefully catch you again on the next stream, and we will see you later. And like I said, I want to just thank everybody again, just really quick. Thank you all so very much for coming out tonight and hanging out for the birthday stream. Oh, you know what? That also reminds me, I need to give my member shout-outs. Let me do that real quick before I forget. So I want to give my special shout outs to Mark K. Thank you very much for being a tier 2 channel member. And again, thank you for your kindness and generosity earlier today with the, what was it, 20, I think it was 20 and $5 donations to the channel. Thank you very much for those super chats and super stickers. Greatly appreciate it. As well as Deco71, thank you very much for being a tier 2 channel member. Both of you get the special shout outs because you are tier 2 members. And if you are interested in becoming a member of the channel, go ahead and stop by the main channel page and check out the join button, and you will be able to see all the various perks that we have there on the channel. We have two main tier levels to the channel. We've got tier 1s, which will include things such as custom emojis, custom badges, as well as early access to edited content such as Let's Plays and the and shorts. And then tier 2s, as you just heard, get their own shout out every single live stream. So like I said, if you're interested in checking out the memberships, they start out at 99 cents a month, as well as then tier 2 go up to $4.99 a month. And each one of those goes to help the channel directly in sustainability and continued growth. As I mentioned before, we want to be able to do so much more with this channel, be able to grow and do stuff, and unfortunately that means that you know, this is the kind of the quote-unquote the business side of things. So you know, we gotta unfortunately do that part of things, but like I said, I hope that I bring enough value to make it worth at least a consideration. But I greatly appreciate all my channel members, all my tier 2s and all my tier 1s. Thank you all so much. I greatly appreciate all my subscribers, especially you know, everybody who's been here for the short term, the long term. You know, every single one of you, I'm greatly appreciative. Like I said, I'm greatly appreciative to all the growth that we received here recently. Like I said, we've gained over like 60 subscribers in just the past 10 days. So it is just incredible to see how things are going, you know, here over the past, you know, past week and a half, you know, let alone just the whole channel as a whole. So like I said, I greatly appreciate every single person out there who has come by and stopped, you know, at the live stream, at the just everything. Let me just wrap this up by saying thank you all so much. I greatly appreciate every single one of you. I really do. Let's see. It looks like these are the last 2 bales before we can kind of skedaddle out of here. I think I'll set a worker to take all this equipment back, and then I can just click over to oops. Let's see, just check something real quick. There we go, perfect. There we go, fold that away. Go. Now we'll take this at the top of the hill and we'll go ahead and send it back to the farm because we don't need this anymore. And then I'll cut these bales open and then we'll get the bale trailer over here. I was thinking about keeping all this and actually put it into storage, but now that I'm kind of thinking about it, I've got 162 bales over behind me there. I don't know if I really need to save it. I honestly don't think that'd be... I don't think it'd be worth it. I think I can save all the 162 and I can just make the cash off of this. So here I'm going to take this there. And now fire this up. And get this over to the other field to where I can pick up everything there. All the bales there are mine. So I don't have to worry about, you know, shipping anything to complete the contracts. Both contracts are already complete. Let's see. So we're up to 50,000 already. So, yeah, that's not too bad. Come on, van. You can do it. I tell you what, I'm actually really impressed with this van. Like, the more and more I use this van, the more I'm really happy with it. It's really versatile. It's got a massive capacity to it. Like, you don't have to, you don't even have to use it as, like, something that has capacity. You can just use it as, like, actual straps and like, traditional transport kind of thing. There we go. All the bales are done. Now, let's see. Yep, should be picking everything up. Ta-da! Now let's get on top of this hill, and we'll see what's is the best place to sell this. Let's see, silage. Oh, there's silage right there. Oof. Nope. See, farmer's market. Oh, looks like Ford sell point it is. Right where we were. So let's go ahead and get back over there. And I'm thinking that once we get this all sold off, I think that's when we're gonna start wrapping things up, because it's already 12:30 here, and yeah, it's I've got to be up for work in the morning. Oh, there we go. Let's see, we'll cut through the woods. So we got to make it over there. But no, like I was saying about that Florida man, you know, and all the trouble he was in and causing, it's just an absolutely wild scenario that, like I said, he was doing this stuff for years. And it was one of those, he was always just right at the line. And if it wasn't for his massive temper and huge ego, he probably would still be doing it to this day. That's like how like absurd it was. Like, they would have had to have changed the laws just to make it to where he couldn't do what he was doing anymore. But it was just a wild story, and to see all of it in kind of, you know, first-hand account from all the body camera footage, and to see just how he treated people, it's just a absolute absurd, ridiculous story. Like I said, it's one of those, if you know, real life drama is your thing, then, you know, definitely check it out, because it's up there. And there we go. Nice. Over $50,000, almost $60,000 just in bales. Booyah. Look at that. That's nice. Now that's a good payout. We're now up to $135,000. We did 2 baling contracts and 1 harvesting contract. We still got tons of stuff left to do, so whew, I'm pretty happy with that. And now let's go ahead and take this all back to the main farm to where we can just kind of start packing things away. We'll get it all cleaned off. Oof, a little twitchy there. But yeah, as far as I'm aware, I think he's in prison now, because something happened here recently where, like I said, he was all caught up on something, and like all the body cam footage was released, and it seemed to be really juddery. Huh. I don't know what just happened there. Oh, you know what? While I'm thinking of it, I need to know when compost comes sale, because that's coming due soon. September. Okay. I need to make sure that I pay attention to September, because that's going to be... Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, no. Oh, we're trapped. Oh, bad things are happening. Oh, very bad things are happening. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, come on. We're trapped. We're caught. Oh, wait, wait, wait. And... whew, okay. Apparently I need to slow down, because... that almost ended badly. I would have had to reset the trailer and then go back and pick it up, and... ugh. There we go. Now we're going with a little bit of smooth and subtlety. Alright, so let's spray everything down. We'll start wrapping things up. That's something else we have to do too, is we gotta load up the biogas plant with all the not digestate, the manure and the slurry. Like, we got so much to do. So much to do around the farm. Alright, perfect. Spray off these 2 things real quick. I don't think I've ever washed the van, actually, now I'm thinking about it. That's alright though. Get this here. Perfect. Alright, let's put this away. This is gonna be a challenge. Let's see. Well, I tell you what, it almost looks like I know what I'm doing. Oh, now of course I say that, and not so much. Alright. You know what? I'll take that. I will take that as a win. I will definitely Definitely won't say no to that one. All right. Oops. Every time I'm towing this bale wrapper, every time I always, for some reason, it defaults to it and it turns on when I try and start my engine. Don't know why. Just that's the way it is. Let's see. You know what? We can go ahead and just park this. It shouldn't be dirty. There we go. And wow. It is like I know what I'm doing. Oh, goodness gracious. Love it. Love it. Look at that. Now we're up to $135,000. We've got... Ooh, you know what? Let's do this. Let's do a quick run through of what all we got going on here. So we've got some silage that's moving in the biogas plant here. We've got bamboo and aloe being made. We've got all this stuff here. We've got tons of fabric that we moved over, about I think 8,000 liters. Yeah, 8,000 liters. We already got 220 liters of clothes, so that's nice. We've got tons of compost. Oh yeah, look at that. 52,000 liters of compost, so that's chugging along. Nothing's working there because that's what we got that set up for. We've got some wool that needs to go over to be made into fabric, which will then get made into clothes. But this is the money maker right here. This carpentry with the pellets, 18,000 liters of pellets already, and we had just gotten it all taken care of, and that means there's 4 pallets already spawned, and they're 4,000 liters each. So we've got the 18,000 here plus what, 16,000, and then we've got 90,000 liters of lime already produced. If I kick this on, it'd be done in probably about a minute and a half. Like, it's just, holy smokes, we got stuff going on. We got lots and lots of stuff going on. But I think, you know what? I need to check out my animals. Just really, where am I? There's my cows. I just need to check everything just to make sure they're all still fed. Actually, let's just use this screen. So we got the cows. Yeah, we got to figure out something to do with milk. Maybe take it to the dairy. Let's see. Oh. Need to figure out water here soon. And, okay, and 600 liters of chicken feed. So we'll have to figure that out too. So yeah, I mean, they're doing fine. They're all doing good. So I think, let's see. Pipe and Paul, hi all, happy birthday. Hey, Pipe and Paul, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Let's see, I think we got everything going there. So let's actually take a look at the wool so we can move that into storage. And then I think we'll be pretty close to buttoning things up. Oh yeah, what we got going on? 300 liters. We can move that. There we go. Almost 3,000 liters of wool there. That means that's all get transferred over to the spinnery. Let's see, so they're good. What about eggs? So Pipe and Paul, how are you doing tonight? You having a good night so far? Let's see. Oh yeah, look at that. Got 300, almost 400 pieces of eggs. That's not bad. That really bums me out that we lost out on all that product that we got. We should have had at least like 3,000 liters from that field and that we didn't get to keep. Like I said, my only reasoning, the only thing I can think of, is that the van just outputs it so fast that it just all counted towards the contract and made it 100% complete, but it didn't close it out in time to be able to kind of combat the speed of the unload. That's the only thing I think of. Let's see. Pump and Paul says, I'm good, thanks. It's 5:45 here in the UK. Whoo, 5:45. Yikes. Yeah, that's yeah, unfortunately, I know you're just hopping on, but we are just about ready to wrap up here because unfortunately I've got to be up pretty early for work in the morning, so that's yeah, it's about 12:45 here, so we're what, about 5 hours behind you? And yeah, it's getting to be about my bedtime, but yeah, we got a lot accomplished today. We ended up doing a couple of baling contracts, made a bunch of silage, made a good chunk of money from that silage. And we also did a harvesting contract where we kind of got robbed on some of the extra products. So it is what it is, not a big deal. But I want to thank everybody who came out tonight who was so kind and wishing me, happy birthday. I greatly appreciate everybody who came out and did that. It was an absolute blast. I had so much fun hanging out with everybody tonight. Yeah, definitely made turning 40, an interesting one. But like I said, thank you all so much. I hope you enjoyed it, just like I did. If you did, please show me by liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, doing all the things the algorithms enjoy you doing. That shows you're engaged with this channel and enjoying the content. And that being said, I hope everybody has a fantastic day, night, evening, wherever you are in the world. Take care.